There's a lot. We got a lot of stuff that we could go over.
I got burger and fries. I just finished my last fry. That's what I'm going over.
Freaking
They're made in the oven. They're hand cut.
Nintendo releasing the gameplay trailer
Yeah, we can talk about that.
of Tears of the Kingdom.
I didn't watch it.
Maybe we could watch that.
No.
Gameplay.
No. Here's what I did see. Actually, I want to talk about what I did see, though. I saw a tweet. So you can talk about the gameplay and tell me your opinion based on this tweet. I saw video bad, soundtrack good.
Video bad, soundtrack good.
Yes, that was the caveman brain take I saw on Reddit, and I was like, haha, funny.
I'm so over the every game needs to have improved graphics. Like Breath of the Wild is fine if it runs smooth and it's a fun experience. Like it could be a fucking cel shaded 2D cartoon. I'm sorry. I'm a Zelda stan.
How about this? Here's the opening bit. Ready? You review the gameplay, and I review the burger I made.
Okay. All right. So do we want to go first and last? Well, so with Tears of the Kingdom, we know that it's taking place before Breath of the Wild. So there's potentially more technology that is available because we were dealing with the remnants of the technology that was present in Breath of the Wild. There was a period of time where it's not demise. Calamity Ganon wreaked havoc on the Hyrule area. And so with that, there is a lot of very complex things that they show us. So there's something that it's called playback. So you have these sky islands, and rocks can fall from those sky islands on a kind of like avalanche type deals. And so your thing can actually select something in the air and make that object go back in time. So that one way to get up to these sky islands is to select a falling boulder and to playback it and then jump on it as it goes in reverse, bloop, 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 and then you ride it up to the top. So that'd be really, really interesting. I wonder if you can do that to enemies. I wonder what sort of contraptions you can create.
Now,
and then the second thing that's okay. Go ahead.
I have two questions.
Okay.
The first question. Sorry, burger was really good. I'm just gonna review it right there. Good burger. Good burger. Okay. Good burger. A16 sauce 10 out of 10. No A16 sauce on it though. Okay. So the first question I have is that if this is a prequel, and we know it is, does this take away any of the experience of the vastness and the enjoyment of Breath of the Wild and that exploration? Does it because you know what I mean? It's that feeling of the immersion in the world and how big it is and how the exploration was so huge. And does it take away from that experience knowing that the character you played as has actually seen all this shit already?
No, I don't think so, because the world is supposedly a little bit different. So I guess they're going to have an explanation that Calamity Ganon transformed the shape of the earth, or there were pieces that were added or something, or things are different.
Now, the second question, and more importantly that I have this state before I let you go on, what does this mean for LeBron's legacy?
Yeah, that is the important question, and we'll have to get back on the sports recap later once we figure out what it does for LeBron's legacy. The other only cool thing, well, there's two things, but one that is most important is
second burger.
Proof. Get a second burger so you can review that one. It's
second burger.
Nintendo watches Video Game Donkey's stream because he made a sailing boat with the little octo balloons, and then they have now instituted a tool that can fuse objects together. So they leave around logs and fans and things that you can create to make a boat, or big giant balloons that you can shoot a fan up into to inflate, and you can fly or drive a car that you create. None of the things that are there are pre-made. It's all just pieces that are scattered about. So it starts with weapons where you can pick up a stick and then you can merge it with a giant boulder, and then that turns into basically a sledgehammer. Or you can take a one log and you can take another one log and you can put them together, and now it's two logs together, and then you can attach other stuff to it to make structures. And so that is wild.
Huh.
Because like I love Breath of the Wild. I haven't 100%ed it. I haven't explored like probably 40% of the map. But the skills are cool and they're kind of like nuanced. And these seem like in Tears of the Kingdom it's going to be a lot more dynamic. There's going to be a lot like more possibility when there already was a lot of possibility before with the little that they did. So I am super excited for it.
Second burger was also good.
That's good. Great. Yeah. What's a video game that you've got your eyes set on? What's
Diablo 4.
Looking forward to
The Diablo 4 burger.
still on the Diablo 4 train. Well, because you had the pre-order, right? And then you got to do.
I did early access beta, and then I did open beta as well. And it was cool.
It was cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of hate going around right now. I think the general consensus people don't like it. Some people think it's catering too much to D2 players or PoE style players.
True, the best way to play hack and slash.
Yeah, PoE. I mean, it's probably better. It's more intricate, but like I feel like also like you have to follow like a guide and actually follow a guide, and you can't have any kind of you can't have any kind of like intuitiveness or any kind of new elaborations.
Yeah,
kind of
we
stagnant.
touched on this. We touched on this on the last episode. Link in the description, by the way, to catch up on all the episodes that you missed. If this is your first time tuning in, but, there is a way that like games can require a wiki or not, where like stuff can be figured out without having to read lore.
Yeah,
lore, which is really just online instructions and like walkthroughs, or like the environment is set up to kind of guide you in a direction and you kind of figure it out.
There's like two levels to it though, like there's like playing a game and being able just to play it, or playing a game and be effective at it. So like D3, like sure, when I played that game, I didn't need instructions on how to play it. You just play it through the story, you follow the map, you do the missions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're trying to actually play the game in a season and like make effective use of your time and max level your character as quick as possible, so you start Paragon leveling and you start like just getting going.
Yeah,
you be the next Crip essentially.
Mm-hmm.
You have to like make effective use of your time and know what you're doing and like do it right away.
Sure. There's a way that you can like dice an onion, or there's like the Michelin 3-star like dicing onion instruction.
Exactly.
But there's an all.
But then there's just like making a fucking beef Wellington, which is Path of Exile.
Yeah. So that is like you really can't play Path of Exile without reading about it.
Yep. You have to like go. Yep.
Yeah. So Diablo isn't a game that you have to have the articles read. Diablo 3 at least. I don't know if Diablo 4 is.
I don't think you have to. I think it's less complex.
Okay.
I think it's less. Yeah. I think it's less demanding. However, I think that reading into builds and understanding what makes sense when you make decisions and choices, like vulnerable is a very important state to put on your enemies because it does extra damage to them. Then while they're vulnerable, so. It's like it's important to fucking do that at the right time. And every character that needs to offer real damage is going to have that kind of offering. There were some classes that were just absolutely fucking busted. Looking at you, Necromancer.
Yeah, I heard Necro is just like
stupid.
Easy mode.
Necro is just stupid right now.
Push 1, 2, and 3, and you.
I mean, that's most of Diablo, really. But yeah, I think that what naturally is going to happen. So we only saw up to level 25. 70 I believe is end game. I believe 70 is level cap, like it is in D3. So if that's the case, knowing how melee classes work, Druid and Barb will both be fine. Barb particularly will be fine. Barb will be fine.
Okay.
But
it's like under leveled for where it was at 25.
Yeah, it felt kind of weak. Melee generally felt weak. Melee Rogue was pretty good though. I'll say that. I did get to playing Rogue. Started off playing a range build, and then I switched quickly into the melee build, and the melee build was just like, this seems fun. And so I just started doing it, and it was like, it's sick, dude. I don't know. You just do a bunch of burst damage.
Do you are you still able to play if I'm a listener right now and
I
want to try it out? No,
you have to wait until the release date of June 6th, 2023.
I will be in Jamaica at that point.
Wahoo. Jamaican me crazy.
Yeah, Jamaican me gonna miss the premiere of Diablo 4.
Eh?
Beta, alpha,
Gamma.
gamma, ray. All right.
Yeah, dude. Pew pew.
What's new with you?
Not a whole
Actually,
lot, my
I
brother.
think we have something to say to the audience.
Hello, greetings. Welcome to the episode of What's It Buggers, man.
Hey,
All
how's
right,
it doing?
man.
Thanks for doing it. All right.
What episode number is it, Clown?
We're gonna do this now. I
Yeah.
think it's 55.
I think it's actually 56. Which is
We
really
have
funny if it
to-
actually is. If it's not, I'm dumb.
I
There's
don't know.
there is many things to talk about. Let's
True.
see. Oh, that's the burger. Let's talk about a little something that we've talked about on this podcast before.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's talk about Kanye West.
Oh.
So, and now controversial, but still not the most controversial Instagram post we've talked about on this podcast of Kanye's.
He's my favorite goy, I say.
He said he's no longer an anti-Semite after watching 21 Jump Street with Jonah Hill. And what was really funny is actually, I read an article today on Reddit, which is where the original source I found this was, the music subreddit, a reply saying that many Jewish institutions do not accept his apology.
I wonder why, to be honest, because typically when
Goyam, what are you doing?
person with curly hair, is the reason for me not hating a race of people, I would expect them to all fall to their knees.
So now the real question must be asked is, what does this mean for LeBron's legacy?
That's
Considering he has rapped about LeBron.
that is a Patreon exclusive. You're gonna have to sub to our Patreon to find that answer. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't put much stock in what Kanye says anymore. Like, it was great for content to like clip the seconds of him saying like I love H, or like what was he doing, net and Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, dude, just
that whole Alex Jones episode was wacky.
yeah,
and
it was
very
crazy. I think something
Yeah.
that's important to recognize is that he was probably just addicted to the feeling of like saying the most extreme thing possible and not actually really ever believing many of those things.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't take much. Like, it is bad for him to start spreading these ideas and like coupling that with the likes of Nick Fuentes and like getting Nick
God, Nick
behind
Fuentes
the
fucking
presidential
sucks.
campaign. It's like not the best thing. I don't know if
Sorry.
Kanye West is like believing that and taking it to the grave and like championing a bunch of people. It seems like he gets in these moods where he just really has like a thought that's
well, you see, it's called bipolar disorder, and he is manic.
Mm-hmm.
So now Sam posted an
Manic
interesting
episodes.
theory to me. I miss Sam being on the pod, and I'd love that she would present this theory because she presented this information to me. Do you think Kanye West has been replaced with a double because he's not acting like himself and he has moved on? He's gotten married to that other woman, and he has given up on trying to get the kids. Do you think he's been replaced with a lizard person?
It's
And what does
John
this
Goodman
mean for LeBron's legacy?
LeBron's legacy.
Yes, that's the one.
These are all great questions. Has LeBron's legacy actually been placed with a lizard double LeBron legacy, and we're actually talking about the wrong one this whole time? That's
Is
the real
LeBron wearing the legacies tonight in the game for the Lakers? News at 8.
So there's conspiracies that run rampant, like lizard people and like body doubles, but then there's like conspiracies with things that are based in reality, that
Like the
are kinda
JFK
crazy.
theory.
That's one of them.
What's your favorite
Um,
JFK? What's your thing?
JFK-ism.
Yeah, what's your favorite
yeah.
JFK-ism?
I like the thought that it was actually the bodyguard that took him out. And that
Yeah.
was the mob that paid him off. That's
Oh
pretty
no.
wacky.
See, I don't think it's that far. I think it's
Mhm.
the bodyguard who did it, or maybe the bodyguard. It was like one of the CIA agents, but it's a misfiring gun.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
that's
it
like
was
what. That's
supposed to
like
go to his wife or
yeah,
something,
yeah,
or-
yeah, yeah. The smoking gun thing. No. It wasn't supposed to like hit anybody. It was just a misfired gun that ended up killing him.
Oh, so it's just a total accident,
Yes.
and then they had to pin it on somebody.
No, it's just like the circumstances of those things. Some people did bring guns to shoot him that day or whatever, but
So it's if I go if I
listen,
go
there's
to-
I'm not trying to say this is like the end all be all, but there was an
No.
episode, like a 4-part special, I think done by the last podcast on the left that I listened to probably 3 or 4 years ago, and I was like, huh, Yeah, that adds up. If that's like the information that presents itself, and you can look up all the shit they talk about, and it's like, well,
let's run with this for a second.
Yes.
You imagine we have a computer that can read the minds of every person, but it only acts on it when an action is completed. So not like Minority Report.
And the action is you got a boner?
No, the action is you are going to a public pool and you really want to drown somebody. And as you're walking through the door of the public pool, before you have a chance to get to the pool, somebody slips and falls in and drowns. Are you now responsible for that drowning because your intention was to drown somebody?
No, of course not. There's no action.
Okay, well,
intention does not equal action. That's law. That's what?
But you really, really wanted to, right? And so what we're talking about is if there was somebody who had a gun ready to kill JFK, and then the misfiring bodyguard's gun went off.
Okay.
Like, does the person get off scot-free because they had the plan and they were ready to execute and somebody
else Jack Ruby did it.
I don't know. There's another conspiracy that I'd like to move on to, if you don't mind.
Mothman.
This is like a total out of left field, so we'll see how you vibe with this. And
fuck totally the left, flop. You know what I'm saying? Base and red pill over here.
Out of the center field. Bill S686.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Do you know what Tim Tom is? No, TikTok. You know Tiki-Taki.
As in the app.
The scrolling phone app. Yes. You know what it is.
Yeah, of course.
For those at home who don't know what TikTok is,
what the fuck? Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I've dunked on the audio listener before for being the audio listener, not appreciating the video format and all these other things. But if you don't know what TikTok is, like, if you don't know what TikTok is in recent time too, with like the hearing that just happened, like that's an insane notion.
That's exactly what I was getting to. So there was and are bills that have been introduced into Congress to preemptively like get ahead of banning TikTok from the country.
Preemptively.
One of yeah. So, for the listener at home, sorry, I'm gonna ramble for a second, and then I'll get your input.
No, please take the wheel, Jesus.
Is representatives can submit bills at any point in time during their session. Doesn't mean that they're gonna get anywhere. A lot of times it's done to like posture or to like, hey, this is for you back home, peeps. See, I'm doing my work. I'm putting my stuff forward. But most of the time they go nowhere. I don't know a statistic, but I'd say it's a fair guess that like 99% of bills that are submitted in the House or the Senate never get passed. But they're still submitted, and they're still on a ledger that says Bill 76425 blah 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 was submitted by these people with this co-sponsors or whatever.
Sure.
So I'm scrolling TikTok today, and I come across this fucking idiot that's like, the internet is about to change forever. And he references this bill called S686, which is called the Restrict Act. There are some really spooky things in this bill, namely that any country can be named a foreign adversary of the United States, and any technology that is primarily ran by them can be removed from the United States and punished by law if gotten around with like VPNs and stuff. It's kind of crazy. It's a little bit wacky. But what was happening on this TikTok that this guy was talking about the bill was he was acting like it's about to get passed. Like it's been through the Senate and committee and it's going to Biden's desk or some shit. And I listened and I got a little bit anxious. I'm like, holy fuck, why didn't I hear about this bill making progress through the thing? It's because he fucking lied. It hasn't gone anywhere. It was submitted to the House of Representatives on March 7th. And the hearing didn't happen until like the 21st or something. That like everyone's now talking about TikTok being banned for. So do some research, but also if you start hearing about stuff in Congress, there's ways for you to like find out at what like juncture is it in, how close is it to getting passed.
Yeah.
And this bill S686 is like it's donezo. It's nowhere. Nobody's behind it. Nobody's sponsoring it. It's just wacky legislation.
Oh, cool. I love that. I mean, I love wacky legislation. I'll say that. The only thing I love more than wacky legislation, wacky jurisdiction.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like the obscure laws where people like can't have a horse past midnight in Alabama or whatever, what shit it is.
Or you
Like
can't
those,
pee in a
the
urinal past
yeah,
3:30 p.m. or wear a
exactly.
coat that has 3 rufflets on a
Have
Wednesday evening.
foreskin ever.
Yeah,
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 like
or have foreskin.
yeah, like that shit's crazy, brother.
Yeah,
So I think that yeah, that's great already. We're already in a great
yeah.
place just with that kind of territory. But what was the boogeyman kind of shit you were seeing in this bill, other than like the foreign adversary at any point in time?
Yeah. So if you used a VPN to circumvent a ban on something to access
Okay.
foreign stuff, it was a minimum of 20 years in jail and a minimum
Oh.
fine of $500 or $50,000, some significant sum of money. So it was an extreme like punishment of Americans accessing things. Now you had to prove that you were knowingly breaking the law by doing it, so that's fine. But then there was
Okay.
also
Today I'm
language that seemed to be laying the groundwork for the government to surveil you if so like the way that it was described was if there's a website or an application that's used by over I think it was 100,000 people, the government can get full access to surveil it if they believe that it serves a threat to the United States.
Huh.
And a lot of it was like laying groundwork to like explain that okay, well Russia and China right now are foreign adversaries. Iran I think is a third one. But anyone else could also become this too. So we don't want to have to create a whole new bill to like block stuff if we think that their technology is harming us.
This is
The,
all
the
because we
idea
want to
is
use
there.
VPNs, is what you're telling me?
No, it's because of TikTok. So TikTok uh, really is a massive surveillance campaign from the CCP. They've done a lot of like rigmarole to make it seem like it's separate. And one thing that the CEO was talking about in this congressional hearing is that it's going to be owned by an American company in America. The data is going to be housed there. But up
Right.
until this point, even though the CCP doesn't directly own it, um, uh, the way that their stuff works is they have donors just like in America that
Yep.
support candidates for the thing. And so the
Yep.
donors that are really close to the government are the people that own the parent company of TikTok, which is called Bike or Bicycle or
Now let
something.
me ask a question before we go any further down this rabbit hole,
Yeah.
because I want to know more.
Yeah.
But I'd be remiss if I didn't ask this. Would all
Mm-hmm.
of this be preventable if we used VPNs?
No.
Because today's sponsor is NordVPN. This video is sponsored by NordVPN. Staying safe online is growing ever difficultly, and you could be exploited by hackers or the Chinese CCP.
The Chinese government.
NordVPN allows you to change your IP address, making you harder to track, securing your privacy. Check out the link in the description for 20% off your first 2 months with code 1to10pod. That is right, 1to10pod. Thank you, NordVPN, for sponsoring this video. Shout out. All right, now back to this raid on the CCP.
Holy shit. So they have
Also, like, comment, and subscribe, you motherfuckers.
please like, comment, and subscribe.
I swear to God, I am expensing a gun for the. No, I'm kidding. I'm not expensing a gun for the
In
podcast.
Minecraft, in a Discord call in Minecraft.
It's an airsoft gun. What do you mean?
Okay. So the Chinese government has direct ties to these people. And they're an authoritarian regime and they have a lot of control over the people that are close to them and whatever. Those people own the company that owns TikTok. They're shareholders in who owns TikTok.
Okay.
It's Bike something.
Yeah. You can get the idea. We get the idea.
Hang on. I want to.
You can get the name.
Dance is the name of it. Bike.
Byte Dance. BYTE or BI?
BYTE Dance Ltd.
Okay.
So this is supposedly enough to say that the Chinese government doesn't own TikTok. They don't have access to it because it's owned by its own company, and the Chinese government doesn't peer into everything. So that's like reasonable. But what happened was there's been discussions that America will only allow TikTok to continue existing if they can buy it. And as far as I'm aware, there's been bids that have like gone around and stuff. But once the CCP heard about this, they made a direct statement through some person. I don't know if it's an ambassador or some network thing. I don't know the specific person that said it, but it basically said, if there's going to be a sale of TikTok, there is a government interest in negotiating and or denying this due to the security risks of Chinese property that's being included in there. So despite them saying there's nothing here, this is a separate company that operates mainly in America, because TikTok doesn't operate in China. They don't TikTok is not a thing that can work in China. The Chinese government is saying, well, hey, before you sell, like, we have to have a say in this because of the significance of this technology to us. So it's basically them admitting that they're utilizing it in some way. So there's a little bit more like conspiratorial nature, that it's like Xi Jinping can literally look at my search history and see exactly who I am. But I mean, there's a billion users daily, and like I don't know how many trillions of hours of content, and the algorithm that's smart enough to give you stuff that you didn't even know you were interested in. And then also like specific trends that seem to be like being pushed to the front, anti-democratic, anti-American sentiment, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of stuff that you can kind of connect to TikTok, feeling like it's probably a Chinese surveillance and disinformation weapon.
Ah, neat.
Yeah. So, and dig some more into it. You know,
so you're telling me my red-pilled family members,
mm-hmm.
who are also just like, sorry, I was reading something. Who are also like, oh, China bad and all this stuff, but then they're also like, I love TikTok and I use it all the time. They're a problem.
Yeah. Anyone who
that's it. That's it. No elaborate. Yeah, just let them know they're a problem.
Yes, you are the problem.
All right, that's good. Now you can elaborate. I had to let them know.
It's actually probably really unsafe to be using TikTok at this point. How addictive it is problematic in the first place. But then some of the permissions that like are given to it, there is retinal data that's being captured by TikTok.
Neat.
Iris data, so it will measure the dilation of your pupil through your face cam, and will track that against the videos that you're watching to see if your interest is engaged, or because the science on this is a little bit sketchy. But it used to be thought that it showed arousal or hatred, like your eyes would get like pinpointed if you were angry.
Are you saying if I look Chinese that I would be targeted for hatred?
I'm talking about the pupils here, these black things.
Yeah. I'm saying if my pupils are not visible because I'm squinting them more. The Chinese Communist Party is destructive against their own people.
It's not good in Asian countries because
long live Weibo.
That is as racist as we're ever going to get. Let's go even further.
I think you're racist. I said I like Weibo. What the fuck? That's awesome. Weibo rules. No, you didn't.
Okay. But anyway,
long live Africa TV.
I would suggest it's probably good for you and me and listener to probably download that or delete that fucking app, because even if you're using a VPN, NordVPN, thanks for the sponsor, and you are giving like false information to like throw off the sentence stuff,
like the ad read.
There's a huge amount of like incentive for them to like gather as much information on you as possible. And
absolutely.
There's also like potential for disinformation that you could be participating in, like I did.
Are you saying the government is lying?
Which government?
Yeah, sure. Yes, okay. That's based. Crazy, true. Man. Crazy. Whoa, dude. Calm down now. Mm-hmm. Don't want to dissuade the audience one way or the other. We're clearly a middling podcast here.
This is a centrist podcast right here. This is
the one. Yes, now let's talk about something centrist that we can all agree on. Do you know who Chris Chan is? Christine Weston Chandler,
Sonic
creator of Sonichu.
Yes.
Chris Chan is out of jail.
They were in jail in the first place?
Oh, yes. Yes. So, do you know who Geno Samuel is?
No.
Geno Samuel is the creator of the Chris Chan essentially podcast, or the like YouTube series that documents everything. A true Christorian after my own heart, if you will.
Christorian.
Well, the community refused them. So the point is, you should check this out if you haven't, because it's fascinating. And it's a rabbit hole. But he was the one who I found out through that Christine had been released, because he said I was not ready for this news, and she's out. She's out. She's been bonded out of custody, out of Virginia.
What was she in for? What was she in for?
God,
was this the incest thing?
Yeah.
Assaulting like their elderly grandmother.
It was the incest thing. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So the legacy ends with Chris getting arrested for molesting their elderly mother.
Jesus, it's still morally neutral. Okay, I still stand by that. But
wait, what?
Also, what the fuck? Like 3 episodes ago, I check the link in the description.
Shut up.
Clip. Eski said that incest is morally
neutral. You keep referencing clips.
Yeah,
All right, fair enough.
We'll put a timestamp in. All right.
Your
we're,
mama.
we're adding work to the ledger. That's crazy. So what do we
We'll see
do?
about
Like,
that.
How do we mobilize the 1 to 10 audience to bring to light the acts of Christine Chandler?
Watch the documentary, and then probably okay. So here's the thing. It's gonna sound dumb. Watch the documentary, but then listen to all of the examples because Chris has been terminally online, like one of the most online documented people ever. And there's many examples of people doing things for both like trolling, but then also of the concern. Because Chris also has a habit of posting their address on the internet, so it's not very hard to like call the health inspector, like
Jesus,
the police. You know what I mean?
So did the incest get found out on like a malicious tip?
I don't even remember at this point because I'm gonna be real. I don't think the documentary has caught up to that point, or if it did.
It's a retroactive thing that they're still catching up on. They're like deep diving the lore and just presenting it.
Gino Samuel too, baby.
Jesus Christ!
Just go back and observe the creation of Sonichu. So Chris is like a very special human being who is clearly autistic, but then also has like a lot of entitlement issues and money issues, and yeah, it's
Sounds
bad.
Like your average redditor.
Got him. Yeah, it's crazy though. I watched the whole documentary. It was nuts. I haven't tried to catch up on it in a while. I should. If there is,
that's our homework for this week.
Yeah. But basically, Chris Chan's out. That's insane. I didn't know that was happening.
That's a little spooky.
And now something else spookier. A mistake by Marvel and Disney. Jonathan Majors arrested in New York following a domestic dispute.
Oh no, I didn't see this.
Hit a woman.
Let's go. Based.
Yeah,
woman
abuse.
Okay, so
so maybe don't build your entire movie for LeBron's legacy. I don't know, but for like the next 3 phases, like bro, you just cast your main big bad.
You know that like.
Have you seen Ant-Man?
No,
I haven't either. But you know what? I saw the post-credits scene. They did the Council of Kangs. They did the whole thing. They did like a bunch of versions of his dude. Y'all fucking done goofed.
There was a movie that just came out. It was renewed for a season or something, and one of the actors he just died like 2 weeks ago. It was a black guy. There was an actor that recently just died that was like really unexpected. He was in what's the movie about the police and the crackheads? Or it's the TV series, The Wire.
Yeah, man.
The black guy from The Wire. Never mind.
I know you're talking about.
He died, and he's in a series that. He was the Percy Jackson series.
Yes.
The Percy Jackson series, and he played Zeus.
Wow.
So, I think they just started filming like 3 months ago, and he was cast as Zeus, and so now they're gonna have to come up with some story thing to. So, and again, with the domestic dispute thing, they're gonna have to figure out some convoluted way to explain away why he's a different person now, or just.
All right, now hear me out. Here's the ultimate twist, I think. Ready for this one?
Yeah.
So you know Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
They had Terrence Howard.
One Iron Man that I've seen.
Yeah, okay, so they had Terrence Howard playing Rhodey, right?
Yeah.
And he was going to be War Machine in 2. But then you see Terrence Howard wanted too much money. He wanted as much money as Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man 2. So they said no. And they got Don Cheadle instead. And so he's always been Rhodey ever since. How crazy would it be if Terrence Howard came back to play Kang the Conqueror and he's just like, I've come to conquer, and he fucking kills everybody. And it's just flashbacks to Iron Man 1.
Yeah, showing the like resentment that built up over him.
Of the recast.
Yeah.
Out of the sacred timeline.
That would be wild.
That would be funny. That would be based.
Very funny. Can I put in a request for a video watch? It's like a minute and a half long.
Yeah.
If you go to the Ideas channel, you should see something that says
AI fall
detection results. Let's pull that up for the audience.
This is 17 minutes long.
Don't watch the whole thing. I'll tell you when we need to pause it.
You're a fucking whore.
We'll be able to see it. It's the intro that's the important part. Okay? And I'm not a whore. Pretty little
skank,
God-fearing lady.
Little slut. All right, give me a second. Gotta do the overlay.
Okay.
Bad editing indeed. Shit podcast.
Best one in the nation. Super underground.
All right,
Y'all that are
timestamp.
here on the ground floor. 0 minutes, 0 seconds.
All right, we going.
Hit play.
Hold up, volume up.
Yeah.
What movie? Evie, what's happening?
Oh,
Engineer.
there we go.
Emergency. Alert. Subject 018 has experienced a critical fall. Condition. Unknown.
Give me details.
Checking. High probability of wrist fracture. Possible hip fracture. Low probability of head injury. Subject 018 is currently struggling to move. Present
Pause.
signs of pain.
So
Okay.
this voice that you're hearing is Evie, which is an AI bot
Okay.
that this person that you're seeing has been manufacturing. It is an AI bot that is integrated into every part of your house. So you have microphones all around your house, and you have speakers all around your house, and you talk to Evie, and she does things for you. And subject 018 is an elderly woman that Evie was installed into her house to monitor and assist with. She's like a guinea pig for the program. And so what Evie is doing is she's notifying this guy in real time that subject 018 has fallen and probably broken her wrist and her hip.
Holy
And
shit.
He live streams this. This is legit. This isn't like an act or anything.
Hold up.
So what?
Yeah, the SpongeBob movie.
So this is an alert that he's getting. If he's running this program with a certain number
Evie,
of
what's happening?
Engineer. Emergency. Alert. Subject 018 has experienced a critical fall. Condition. Unknown.
Give me details.
Checking. High probability of wrist fracture. Possible hip fracture. Low probability of head injury. Subject 018 is
keep
currently
listening.
struggling to move. Present signs of pain and distress.
Evie, start contacting emergency protocol. Also begin Hawk protocol.
Affirmative. Emergency contacts have already been notified. Now beginning Safe-I Hawk protocol. Now activating stage 2 of Safe-I Hawk protocol. Primary self-care first aid protocol has been initiated.
Evie, grant me directions and send it to my phone. Also, take care of Street for me. Guys, I gotta go. I'll be back, guys.
Affirmative. GPS direction estimates time of arrival. 13 minutes. Sent to you by SMS. I will handle stream, sir. Now activating go to sleep little ones protocol. Hello everyone. Ken is currently away from the computer. I will be ending stream momentarily. Please be advised that this is an emergency that requires engineers'
That's
attention.
insane.
Home verification protocol activated. Garage door open. Now closing garage door. Engineer will update you when he returns. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.
Pause.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, it's like 2 seconds and it shows like he's offline. So like that was the end of the live stream.
No, that's cool, but like also, what?
Yeah. So he's developing this product to be an at-home assistant.
Oh, wow. I
And
am impressed.
It's constantly listening, constantly communicating in ways and like talking about things that are happening, and you can like specify stuff on your computer or stuff about your house. And so, like he goes on in that video to explain like, you know, she fell for 4 minutes before they were notified, and that he arrived like 10 minutes before EMS got there. So like he was the first person to know. And so if you imagine that like spreading out to the populace, like that could be a faster way to notify ambulances and stuff. But
That's crazy.
The thing that got me first was like, end stream for me. She's like, okay, taking care of stream, starting little ones. Good night. Like
That
what
was
do you think about that?
nuts.
What do you think about that?
I appreciate what she did there. And I appreciate what he has done.
Yeah.
Because that is quite something. Honestly, like I'm impressed. That's Tony Stark, dude.
True.
That's just
Would you get one of those?
yeah, man, probably. It depends how
Yeah.
much money it is.
Would
If it was
you
like
trust-
$10, I'd do it.
Would you trust that Evie would handle your information securely,
No.
or would you? No. So you would. accept
Unless it
the
was powered by
convenience.
Brinks Home Security.
No, but like just the things that you say and the stuff that you look up, and like, is there any importance to like privacy anymore?
No.
No.
I actually don't think so.
Why?
Because I feel like based upon just the things that you do to exist currently, like with having cell phones or just being like having a social security number in general, I feel like you honestly like have just signed yourself up to like be under Big Brother's eye, and it's just like, hey, you can like let it drive you crazy, you can just accept it and just be fine.
Interesting.
Based.
So there's no way to engage in the current.
It's like the same.
universe.
Okay, let me explain. It's like the same way I feel about like the concept of ethical consumption, like being dead. It's just like, yeah, we can sit here and pander to ourselves that like we're trying to have like a lower carbon footprint and be good people. No, this place is fucking burning to the ground around us, and we're actively contributing to it because there's no amount of undetrimental damage you could do. Probably.
Sure.
This is a very nihilistic view, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it all.
Well, so 1 to 10 podcasts, right?
Bingo.
It's a scale from 1 to 10.
Sure,
You're at
man.
like we're like at a 1 for like how much effect we can have on
But a 10
the
of
world.
how much apathy I feel for other human beings.
But what I'm saying is that if every person felt that way, then of course no one's going to make a difference. But if
Yeah.
everyone felt that they could make a small difference, yes, even though the totality of all human consumption for carbon, for example, doesn't amount to what the Chinese government's allowed for their factories and stuff, like we could still incentivize green energy and then get the rest of the world
It's them
around it,
cooking.
and
There's some
then
cooking it up.
guns. Yeah, let them cook.
Yeah, dude, they fucking
I
wake.
We owe it to our fellow humans to try, regardless of how futile it is.
I agree.
So privacy is not something that we should just hand over, even if
Yeah.
we engage in activities that kind of get rid of it anyway, because we haven't accepted it yet. And technically, if YouTube or Facebook or TikTok is listening to our microphones when we're not using the app, they're breaking the law. And like, we shouldn't just accept, well, they're doing it anyway. Like, we should fight back against that. And
Oh yeah, I mean that's fine.
Yeah.
I agree.
But that would go in direct conflict too if we wanted an EV in our house for the super cool shit that we could do, but like we now lose.
I mean that's
trust
kind of the whole point of the whole like argument for TikTok. It's like, well, look at all the cool shit we can do.
Yeah, look at all the eyeballs that I can get. Look at like I can spin an entire business.
I
on a
mean,
little
I
app on
will
my
say
phone.
this: if there's a certain respect I have for using social media at any level, right? Like you can use it to do things.
Mhm.
So when you're driving attention to something, which can inherently get you something like money,
Mhm.
that's fine. You know, that's what everyone's doing. It's the hustle. It's just another hustle in
True.
life. It's all it really is. Hustle culture.
I'm
Just
grinding.
yeah, no, I mean, like, I'm serious though. Like, I use TikTok in a very sparingly way now because Sam and I talked about this because I was using it the wrong way, and I was being bad. Just look at TikTok, ape man, scroll. You know, just scroll
Give
for
me
an hour.
colorful bulbs and flashing lights.
But instead, what I realized is that I can do this. I can open it, ignore the first TikTok, go to my profile, press the button, make TikTok, post TikTok, and then put
True.
away app.
Okay.
That's what I do for stream. I just make a TikTok and then I put it away.
Based.
Yep. Fuck the algorithm. You can't give me an algorithm if I don't use it, bitch.
Yeah, true. Or
Also, my
you
algorithm
got-
got fucking dumb right away. And I was like, this account sucks already. Like, this is not what I wanted it to be.
Okay.
I wanted like
Biggest-
monkeys committing mild acts of violence and
I loved
and stream
did you ever
clips.
Did you ever get on Cartel Talk? Where
No,
you were seeing
but I will say
the
this:
lines of backpacks.
the
flying through the
caption
jungle?
feature on TikTok is insane. How good it is!
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really easy to make a clip into
and just
something.
have captions, and
Yeah.
you don't even need to really do much effort. Why do you think that they want? Why do you think they want a voiceover that everyone's using to cover their own voice, so they can standardize their voice to text stuff and hear all the different accents and stuff?
Yeah.
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 Do
But
you think it's
also,
gonna get banned.
I don't care.
You don't care.
Yeah, I know.
It would suck. It would suck to lose those eyeballs, man. We got to grind it back.
But
out
if
on
they,
Twitch.
but if they made you another fucking platform that you could use that is TikTok like light in America, an American doc, paid a parlor too, if you will.
I don't think they'd ban it. There's so much commerce that happens on it. I just think they need to.
I think that'd be stupid. I think it'd be dumb as fuck to do that to yourself.
I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to. I think they're playing chicken with China. We've already fucked them on the.
Yo, you got Chinese chicken? Hang on, wait, hold up.
Chicken, the
Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick
Okay.
in your brain. Stop sticking. Watch the next files with the lights on.
One more video.
Wait, hang on. Yeah, go ahead. You
got
we'll
something?
see. We'll see.
Yes. You got to give it the whole thing, okay?
I'll do my best.
You got to give it the whole thing. Here we go. It's going on ideas. One to 10 listeners, you are being blessed with audio content today, not just visual, but smooth sounds brought to you by Neil Cicerega.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's one more. Come on. Play 3 minutes. 3 minutes of
All
the
right, just audio.
Just done.
Hold up.
Hold up. Roll out.
I gotta fucking play this for you.
True. Oh,
Making me hate my life, Eski. Make me do so much work.
no, you're about to love your life.
I don't even know you, dude. What are you talking about, bro?
What are you talking about, brother?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Talking about.
Hey!
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Got your hand on the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying get that together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room, I realized it's on my.
I can't with it. I'm sorry, Neil. I'm sorry, not tonight. You're too special to me.
You're breaking my heart.
I can't appreciate that right now.
Okay.
There's too much happening. It's overstimulating. I want to love it. I do love
Fair
it,
enough.
but I can't do it right now. It's
What's
too
on the
beautiful.
agenda
It's
for
too
food
beautiful.
right now?
They don't deserve it. You know, that's the reality. The audio listener, the video listener, they don't deserve
Get
that.
your ass over to YouTube right now, audio listener.
Yeah, you want to see
And
what the name
YouTubers-
of that video was? Go look in the video file. Look at yourself. How could you? Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
It is. I will appreciate that on my own, I promise.
Okay.
Now, on something that I really want to talk about, actually. This is like something very serious that I know a little bit about, so I can actually like talk about it. The Dalai Lama has named a Mongolian boy as the new Buddhist spiritual leader. This Buddhist boy, no, it's a serious thing. Like, this is like,
I
I'm
know.
not.
I saw the thing. I'm waiting.
Okay,
Share. I
so
know
first off, the
nothing.
Mongolian boy is an American boy. Now, why is this relevant? Why is this relevant, Nathan? Because we were just talking about who? The CCP. Do you know who the Panchen Lama is?
No. Tell
Okay,
me.
so
I'm
you know who the
enthralled.
Dalai Lama is, right? He's one of the 3 spiritual leaders of the Buddhist world.
Buddhist.
Yes,
Buddhist.
yes, whichever way you want to say it, right? Sure. The Panchen Lama is one of the other 3 spiritual leaders.
Tell
The
me.
last is this now newly appointed boy, but the Panchen Lama, when he was last appointed by the Dalai Lama, which is because it's a cycle of reincarnation. So the Panchen Lama will appoint the next Dalai Lama, right? in theory. The Panchen Llama was taken by the CCP and has not been seen since. Google it right now. I'm not kidding. Type in Panchen Llama. Panchan Llama. Yes, sir. Yes, this is
Where
a very
is Panchen Llama now?
no one knows. And the person they presented as their Panchen, not the real one. Clearly not. So this is not only like a big piece of news because the thing is the Dalai Lama is like in his 80s, so he's going to die. So how is it going to work, and how is it not going to be the Buddhist party controlled, or the Buddhist like faith entirely controlled by the CCP in the future? But now this is almost a slap in the face because it's not only a Mongolian boy, but it's a boy from America. So it's someone that the Chinese party has no control over.
On April 25th, 1995,
Mm-hmm.
Gedan Chikoinimya turned
Yes.
6 years old. Barely a month later, he became the world's youngest political prisoner. He's been missing for 27 years. This dude is 6 years older than me.
This dude is dead.
He's dead?
I think the Panchen Llama is dead. I think they murdered this kid a long time ago.
The CCP, huh? And I don't know what that's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, man.
Do you think they're just gonna cope? Do you think they're gonna cope and find some
I don't know.
way to like
I don't
just
know what's
appoint
gonna
a new
happen.
one? Oopsie doopsie.
I don't know.
Whoopsie.
I don't know if Buddhism does oopsie doopsies, but I think it's crazy that like not that many people know about the Panchen Llama and that this incident occurred 27 years ago.
So they make a habit of like instilling these young children as the spiritual leaders.
I don't think
Is this where
necessarily.
the meme of like the young child drawing with finger paints and like all of the scribes like watching intently?
You're talking about Aang from Avatar?
No, the thing
Because
that
he
I'm
was a
thinking of-
savant.
the thing that I'm thinking of is Midsummer. The
I still have
incest.
never seen that. I've never seen Midsommar.
Have you seen Hereditary? Have you seen anything from Ari Aster?
No.
Are
I'd-
you a big? Go ahead.
No. I was going to answer
No.
your question now. I'm not a big spooky duke man.
Well, this isn't
Or
spooky movie.
thriller or shock value, whatever.
What about A24 films in general?
They all right, man.
production company. So like they did Nope and
Yeah.
okay.
I've seen, yeah. No, no.
Yeah. It's okay. We're diametrically opposed, and I'm not gonna pull you from where you're at because I think A24 is the greatest thing to
I'm
happen.
going to
in
watch
movies.
an Adam Sandler movie after this just to spite you.
Please watch Jack and Jill on 3 different screens.
No, thank
Blu-ray,
you, sir.
HD, and wait, there was a thought that I had. No, it's gone. She gone.
Ah, that thought gone. You know.
Thought she gone.
She gone. All right, now here's a new theory for you. I'm going to talk about a funny one. This is a personal little anecdote to wrap us up on. And talk about our next sponsor, G Fuel.
Let's go.
Use the code 1 to 10 pod to get 10% off your next order.
Are you fucking my dick right now?
And balls. That's the ad read.
Gok 3000.
Yeah, check out G Fuel. No, okay, so here's this is a funny joke I was talking with Sam with. So I like G Fuel, like unironically.
Mhm.
I've used it.
Mhm.
And I posted in the pod Discord. So G Fuel causes a low sperm count.
True. Yes.
Breaking news on 1 to 10 pod, right? The reason why I made the joke is because at the time when our baby was conceived, I was not drinking G Fuel.
Okay.
And obviously, there's no implication there that there was not a chance that it could have happened before. If you get what I'm saying, circumstances were right. So there's
Yeah.
what's to say that couldn't have been that could have been the case. We also both had contracted COVID at the time, likely when the baby was conceived.
Do you think COVID?
I think Sam's
makes
body
you more
was.
fertile.
I think she was an incubator at the time because she had a fever.
Oh, so it kept those boys. But I mean, if
The
you're in a
egg
hot
was warm.
shower- if you're in a hot shower, it cooks them like an egg, and I can't imagine that like a spermie likes to swim through a congealed egg substance.
I also just blame G Fuel then. So also shout us out, G Fuel sponsorship. Woo!
Thanks, G Fuel. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, and also no, thank you.
No, thank you for
I don't know.
keeping my sperm lowered in numbers.
No,
According
I
to
actually,
me,
I still
only me.
fuck with G Fuel. There's some good ones,
I
but it does say
actually,
if you're breastfeeding or you're pregnant, you shouldn't use it. So
yeah, well, because this isn't pre-workout. This is like nootropics or whatever. It's
I
like
guess
focus stuff, or is it
not
still
really.
considered pre-workout?
I mean, it's almost like pre-workout, but not really. Like I've had pre-workout before, and it's not that intense. I think it's like pre-workout light.
I've had gamer subs. That's the one that I've tried.
How was that?
Blueberry. The blueberry was really good. They had a
No. How was
specific.
the energy level? The government was it like
It
a
was.
lot or?
I didn't get like a rush. I felt tinglies in my my skin itched a little bit.
Ooh,
and
yes,
I felt like awake.
So imagine like the awakeness, but not the skin tinglies.
That also comes from. Have you ever had? It's not NOS. I don't think it might be C4.
Yeah, I know you're
It's the
talking
yellow
about.
can. That makes
Yeah.
your skin itchy. If you drink that
Yeah,
shit, you get like,
yeah, that's
there's
whoa,
bugs under your
dude.
skin. There's bugs under your skin. There's bugs. I'm sorry.
There's bugs in your eyes.
If you're listening and you are on
Turn the wheel
LC,
into the median.
we will provide a
G Fuel 1 to 10
content
pod.
warning. The real question that everyone is wondering is how does G Fuel affect LeBron's legacy with this
If
new
LeBron had a
information?
G Fuel sponsorship, would he be more successful? Would the Lakers have won?
The real question is, does G Fuel add or lower your free throw count? LeBron, the ball is in your court, my friend, to answer that question.
Would Kobe's life and legacy have been sustained if he had been drinking G Fuel on that helicopter?
True. Okay. Could he fly?
Well, no, he had to be drinking a Red Bull. Come on.
Oh no, not enough because he didn't get wings from it.
He wouldn't put that poison in his body. You know that. Kobe was too busy drinking the grape strawberry flavor of fucking body armor instead.
Okay, I have a good wrap up
Okay.
subject.
Let's hear it.
Tim Robinson. I think you should leave.
That show is fucking amazing.
What are your 3 I think you should leave skits?
The top 3?
Let's do a little teeny tiny draft.
Okay, first off, have you heard the theory though that Ghost in the House guy, like the one where he's saying all the bad words, and then also there's a theory that 2 of the characters are the same guy. So Ghost in the House guy and then one other character is the same person. I can't remember which one it is. The Bozo gets dubbed over guy. The theory is that Bozo gets dubbed over and then the Ghost, the haunted house guy are the same guy.
Wait, are you doing a meme right now about Tim Robinson being in his own show? Or are you?
No, this is like a dead set theory people talk about on. I follow the I think you should leave Twitter page, and I like,
Okay.
and it's very funny, because it just like the Friday night thing comes up
Bozo
every
gets conned
Friday.
over 'cause
No,
he's-
so
'cause
Bozo
he's
gets
in the
dubbed over.
office.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the theory is between amongst fans that the character that is the Bozo gets dubbed over guy is the same guy.
He's the same
is
person.
yes,
In
who
the
goes
universe of I think you should leave.
is the guy who goes to the haunted house and gets in trouble for saying all the bad words.
Once this is over, you need to go watch season 2, episode 1 of I Think You Should Leave. If you've never seen the show before, the way that I could
Netflix.
describe it, it's on Netflix, is a person takes something way too personally and way too seriously. Like he gets autistically offended about specific interactions and like never lets it go, and refuses to like admit any wrongdoing.
Okay, so we're doing the draft, right?
We're doing the draft, yeah. So you go
Okay.
first.
Okay. My number 1, I'm gonna say. Okay, this is like a really obscure one, but you know the one where they're doing the like rip off of Dragon's Den Shark Tank, and they're like doing like the panning. It's the woman. She's like, I have an addiction to wine. I can't stop drinking wine. It might be a problem. That's one of my favorite characters. Like probably bar none.
Okay.
The little outshoot one that you're not gonna even think of, but I'm gonna claim her because she's a queen. I love her beret.
Okay. That's a fantastic first choice.
Yes, sir.
My favorite, my number 1, is Baby Cries getting sloppy steak and Silvio. Does your baby think people can change? That episode from start to finish.
The end is so good, dude.
It's just all fucking.
I'm gonna go watch
amazing.
that show with my son after this. Actually, no
So
joke.
fucking cool.
Speaking of season 3, May 30th.
May 30th. Okay.
May
So I gotta
30th.
look forward to.
Yes. My number 2. I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure this is the right show,
Mhm.
but it's the car thing, and it's the guy who they're like giving suggestions for what kind of automobile, and he's the guy who's like making the car so the wheel don't fly off and hit you when you're driving, making the car stinky. How big do you want the car?
Making
Compact,
sure
nice.
the wheel doesn't
Too
fly.
small,
But then
Make the
everyone
car
starts
too
picking
small,
on him.
and then he
Everyone
does.
starts, like, picking on him.
Yeah, and then he starts picking on the other guy, and he's just like, "Did you spend?" And then he does the water bottle flip to end the sketch, and he's yeah. That guy's
Pretty good.
great. That guy's great.
Okay.
And look
my
at that,
number
two drafts and no Tim Robinson characters still.
True. My second favorite is the. Wait, are we doing characters or skits?
I mean, whatever character from whatever skit you want.
Okay.
I mean,
really
the
like.
skit really revolves around the Crux character, doesn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love the. So number 2 for me is the birthday party,
Yes.
where he didn't wash all the poof off of his hands, and then he gets sick, and then he makes the other guy eat the chip, and then he gets sick, and so then everyone knows that even though it's his birthday party, he fucking didn't wash his hands after he pooped. Oh my god,
That was a good one.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good
It
one.
started off with like being concerned with the goodness of the gift,
Oh,
but then
man.
it totally got railroaded into poopy hands, and
I
then he
gotta
was
think. I gotta think of my third really quick. It's got to be a Tim Robinson character. It's
right.
this is stuff. Hang on. Let me approach the Twitter.
I just thought of like 3 that are so good, and I can't choose.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard. It's a problem. Gosh. Don't let Jacob touch that.
Okay, I'm
Let's see.
together.
Let's see.
I've gotten it together.
Oh. It's the Bob Odenkirk sketch where they're doing the classic cars thing. I own every kind of classic car. I got doubles, even triples. I got triples.
That's amazing.
That one's good.
That's a good one. I need a refresh on that one.
Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to dial that back because that was not a Tim Robinson. And I've got to do justice words too. Coffin Flop. Coffin Flop is easily, Coffin Flop is so good.
I'm not worried about it.
They keep saying that there's no way. There's no way that this many bodies.
We're just recording funerals and catching all the ones where the bodies fall out.
Oh, man. Shit's so good. All right, your third?
Also having to do with funerals.
Okay.
Where they hired the circus pianist.
Mhm.
to
Oh my
play
God.
to play
He's throwing the plates. That Go watch. I think you should leave. Final sponsor for this episode of the 110 podcast. I
Tim
think you
Robinson.
should leave
Big fan of the show.
Tim Robinson. Holy shit. Season 3 on Netflix, May 30th. Suck my balls and dick. Just kidding. Don't. But also like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell if you're on YouTube, and if you're on audio platforms, please follow and download the episode for free recording. And lastly, check out all of our socials at 110pod on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok.
Until it's banned.
Yeah, until we go to Kick.
And my shit is on there too.
Oh yeah, aren't you
There should
streaming
be
on
links.
Kick now? Yeah, you do that.
I do a little multi. I dabble.
He does a little multi-streaming, a little
There's a
smoosh
there's a new broadcasting hub called Prism that I use.
Prism.
It allows you to multi-stream from your desktop. So I have
Wow.
a Kick, a Twitch, YouTube. I could do Facebook if I wanted to,
Wow.
but it does all 4 from the same thing.
Is
and
it
just,
free?
Yeah, it's free.
Wow. You might want to send me that. I might do that.
No, it
Can
is
you-
convoluted.
can you
Yeah,
do
I'll
it to
send you a link
YouTube?
it. Yeah, YouTube. Mhm.
Wow.
Mhm.
I was thinking about actually making the switch over to the YouTube streaming rather than Twitch because it's easier to send to boomers. Be like, watch.
True. And the clip functionality is a lot easier too, where it's more shareable. I mean, Twitch is like the OG, but I think the smart ones are making the switch to YouTube from Twitch.
Maybe. We'll see. All right, with that, it's another episode of 110 Podcast. Goodbye and see you guys
Bye-bye.
later.
Love you.